So right now what we're gonna do is disconnect all the hoses. I'm gonna disconnect the upper radiator hose, the intercooler hose, the air filter. I'm gonna move it, put it inside the car. Everything's gonna go inside the car just so I have some space right here. The battery is more than likely also gonna have to go just to have extra space. And I'm just gonna put everything in the car for right now. So time lapse of me doing all of that. And I've noticed that the videos I'm watching two videos in particular. One, he doesn't talk and he's just speed running through it, but he puts everything he's doing in the description. I'm a visual learner, so I need to see everything. So it kind of sucks that I don't understand what he's doing. And then the other guy, he seems to know what he's doing, so I'm gonna follow him as well and just watch both videos at the same time to make sure I don't miss anything. So now I'm gonna try to make this video as detailed as possible, and if I do time lapses, I'll make sure to record myself going over the process of what I'm doing. So yeah. So pretty much I'm gonna remove everything like I said, and I'm just making sure I record everything at this point. And it's common sense, honestly. I'm watching a video and everything he's saying is common sense. You want to just double check that all your connections aren't connected, so whenever you pull them, you don't rip out the wires. For example, this one right here, definitely got to remove that. It's connected to the turbo. And I'm not really thinking about removing this just yet. I'll probably remove it once it gets out of the vehicle. I don't know yet. But definitely I got to remove this in order for me to be able to take out the whole engine. And I'm going to remove this hose right here and just start disconnecting a whole bunch of connections and putting them over here, making sure I record everything, label them, covering them up so no dirt or anything goes into them and prevents future failure. So let's continue. So right now what I'm doing is disconnecting the lower radiator hose. I disconnected all the hoses for the thermostat housing, except for this one. This one shouldn't be a problem. This one's already out. And we should be good to go. If anything, we'll just disconnect it just for the sake of it. There you go. Just for the sake of it, just so we don't have any hoses. And what the guy in the video says is he's going to try to get the wiring harness on this side so it doesn't get in the way of anything. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing. And we're going to keep going from there. So it turns out I will be removing this. They both do it in the video, so I'm just gonna do what majority rules and go from there. So now we just gotta look for that. Oh man, that one was a rough one. Disconnecting that when I was first installing this again. We're gonna get the proper tool. And just like that, that should come right off. And make sure not to pull anything too crazy. Now we do have a hose right here, this one, that goes all the way somewhere to the back. So now I gotta figure that out, but I need a flashlight for that. So we're gonna pause right here and grab a flashlight. So I figured where the line goes, it goes down under here. So we're gonna have to remove these just so I can take a look at what the real thing is. So now we gotta get another socket because I highly doubt that that's a 10. These are 10s. Nope, looks like 12s. I was right, 12 it is. Wow, that probably hasn't been removed since production. So with that being said, I'm putting all the bolts back in the battery plate bracket just so they don't get lost. And there's usually 4, but it's, well, 5 actually, but there was only 3 bolts. So this is what we got. And the hose I'm trying to get to leads right under there. And just like that, it disconnects. I don't know if it should have something to be attached to, but it just popped right off. So I gotta remember that. Can you guys see it right here? I gotta pop this right off and connect it, and everything should go back to normal. That is very weird that it just popped off right there. It's just a pop off type of hose. It literally just popped off with a slight pull. But that's good anyways, because the battery plate was probably gonna cover us from other stuff. So we're just gonna lift this up right here. So, oh, there's something attached to it. So we gotta make sure to disconnect whatever is still left. Which is where is it? Which is this little hose right here. Little breather hose that we can disconnect from under here. This was a pain in the butt to attach when I disconnected all this. Now, with that being said, I never disconnected these other hoses up here. I kind of just lifted it up, but it was right here. This little hose right here was super annoying to try to attach back into here. So we take this out now, nice and gently. With that being said, I'll probably end up replacing this hose because it feels super dry and it freaking feels hard. So this is what we have so far. Right there. I just got a message from Eric on Instagram. You should be over here, man, not going to West Palm. But that's besides the point, man. Hope you enjoy your weekend, though. Finally disconnecting everything. Now we're getting somewhere. Look at that. It's starting to look more and more like we're getting ready to take off the engine. Another hose we're going to disconnect is this one right here, mainly because it's annoying me. It's honestly just annoying me, and I want to disconnect it. Jeez, am I getting sick again? So we're just gonna pull the tab back. There you go. Imagine this is a hose that we don't know where it is, and we'll never be able to run the engine again. And right now what I'm doing is just throwing all these hoses down here. I'm gonna get a bucket or something and just have it labeled as hoses, just hoses. The thing I'm gonna do is disconnect this bracket because I'm pretty sure this is all connected to the engine. This hose right here in particular is, I believe, connected to the condenser. It's right here moving the condenser, so that's probably going to come off eventually as well. But as of right now, let's just move this little bracket holding it in place and we should be good to go. There we go. I'll probably have to end up making sure this one doesn't get lost. So I'm gonna just put that here. And honestly, how would I be able to make sure it stays on here? I guess I could put tape. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Just so I don't have random bolts everywhere in the box. Let me grab some tape. So there's no way it should be able to even come out of that. Let's do a little test. Yeah, that ain't coming off. Just like that. That's actually really smart that I just came up with right now. It's a good concept. Covered it in tape. You guys can't see it that well, but what is that? I covered the head in tape. That way, the only way it can come off is through here, and the head's too big to go down there. And now it's not coming off. I actually might do that for the battery bracket as well. So watching the video, there's a plug down here, which is, where is it at? Come on, focus. Which is that one right there. That one where I'm zooming in on, right there. That connects to the AC condenser. So I'll make sure I disconnect that. Just gotta remember that goes there, and we should be good to go. This is actually insane. The amount of gunk and grease and grime that this car has on the connections is insane. Look at this. I'm getting ready to disconnect it, and let me just grab it a little bit, and look how much grease there is and grime. Definitely well-deserved engine rebuild. This car has treated me more better than honestly any other vehicle I've owned. I've only owned 2 vehicles, and I usually try to maintain them as good as possible. Well, the amount of gunk there is insane. That is why I want to rebuild it. That's the main reason. It deserves the love and the care, because it's a 97 car. It's years now, and honestly, I see the beauty in it. It may be expensive to rebuild it and everything, but I'm gonna get it done because it's worth it at the end. And I'm gonna write condenser on it, because that's the AC condenser, so I'm gonna put just AC con. I definitely need to get another gray Sharpie. AC con, there you go. Imagine all the footage got corrupted and I was never able to figure out how to fix my car. That would be some luck, huh? Let me just show you guys so I don't forget. Those 2 cables right there go hand in hand. These 2 right here go hand in hand. And look how beautiful it is, like I was saying. Look at that. It's January 26th, I believe. 27th. Nice, clean skies. Gotta take off the Christmas lights for sure. And it's so breezy. Look at that. The leaves are falling. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful day. And I know I'm just completely going off the engine thing. I got my laptop here looking at the videos, working with the Harbor Freight thing. I'm a professional mechanic now at this point. I'm gonna put my password. Not that it matters. You guys see it? See, and that's the video I'm watching right there. And then the other one that I was talking about right there. He's a really good guy to know a lot about DSMs. And this one I came across recently. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Show him some love, people. Show him some love. And there are the hoses I've just been throwing on the ground. I will pick them up. So in the video, the guy that I'm watching, not Jaffro, but the other guy, you don't know his name, he removes the power steering pump from 4 bolts right here. He doesn't disconnect them from here because he says that it tends to leak a lot, and once you remove it, it's really hard to tighten it up to how it was without it ever leaking. So with that being said, he's the professional, I'm not, or at least he knows a little bit more than I do. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna disconnect the bolts and go from there. That one, I'm guessing, and these right here, and I believe that should be it. But let me watch the video again. I saw that this hose right here below is also in the way of the engine. It's literally connected below the turbo. So I'm gonna take that off, and I want to record that before I did. I was gonna do it off camera, but I need to make sure I record everything I do in case I forget anything. As for this, I haven't been able to find any YouTube videos. I have found YouTube videos, but they don't explain very well how they do the stuff. So I might cut this into an alternator video as well on how to disassemble, how to take it off. So with that being said, this is probably going to be a whole separate video in itself. I'm going to be recording for the engine disassembly, but it's still going to be a whole separate video for the alternator. With that being said, you're probably wondering, how did I figure it out then if I can't find any videos? The old trusty handy handbook of the Talon, also the Eclipse. Bought this in AutoZone back in 2018 when I first bought the vehicle. And it shows here everything you gotta do for the alternator, power steering, and the air conditioning belt. So that's amazing. And it's pictures. I love my pictures. So let's continue with that. First we're gonna take off that hose and we'll be good. Look how majestic the car is looking right now. I might end up disconnecting this as well because it's in the way, and I believe that also grabs on to the engine. Yep, it grabs onto the engine. So I will be disconnecting this as well. Gotta make sure that it is recording that part, that I will be disconnecting this one from under here. Let me just grab you guys, put you on this side now. All right, that should be nice and dandy. Come on, grab on. There you go, perfect. Let me just focus you guys over here. So I disconnected this from here. Turbo's right there. Little piece that I disconnected was from here, and now I gotta disconnect this one from here, and then this will be good. I could have just disconnected it from over here, where it's a lot more easier to navigate, but why would I do that when that's gonna stay there? I'll just disconnect anything from this side. Gotta move that plug away, and there is, oh, it's one of those clips. I hate those. Really can't even see it from here. There you go. And it should just pop right off. Nice and easy. Come on. Yeah, there we go. I hit my elbow. There you go. But just like that, it came off. I just gotta remember that this little piece right here goes below on this little nipple right here. Let me just zoom it in right there for you guys to see. That one right there, that little piece. Oh, focus on it. Well, that one right there connects to this one. No, connects to that right there. All right.